Bonjour, j'ai l'honneur de vous présenter Andrei Parabellum. C'est le numéro 1 de Business Webinar sur la planète Terre. Je suis extrêmement impressionnée de le connaître. Je l'ai connu dans le séminaire de lancement orchestré de Sébastien le marketeur. Personnellement, j'ai créé donc un site où je souhaite activer vos talents à une large contribution des entrepreneurs avec une fédération des entrepreneurs internationaux. C'est pour cela donc j'ai pris un interview de Andrei Parabellum pour nous donner les 5 meilleurs quais et solutions pour activer vos talents à cette échelle. J'ai préparé pour vous une liste de 10 questions et je vais parler en anglais pour Andrei. So, hello Andrei.
Hello.
Thank you very much for having this. You made this effort for coming to France for all of us, and you gave us many keys for how to extend our talents to a bigger scale, and we all need that. I'm very passionate about that personally. I prepared already 10 questions for our people here. How they can expand their talents to a larger scale, please, and how to go from isolation to a big success, and how you were as a normal person before. You know, you're so simple and so kind to all of us and so generous. We are not used to it. Can you tell us? I'm going to give you a list of 10 questions if you're ready to answer.
Sure, of course.
Thank you very much. First of all, please tell us a few words about yourself personally. When were you born?
Well, I was born in Russia in a little city called Adriana. I lived for 16 years in that city, then we moved to Moscow, then we moved to Toronto, Canada for a while, and then I started going back to Russia in 2007, which is 7 years ago, and then decided to help Russian people to learn more about business and sales and info marketing, etc. And it all just took off from there.
Thank you. Thank you. What was your first interest before becoming with such a tremendous success on the planet, Andrei?
Well, I always loved to read. So when I was a kid, when I had a chance, I was reading a new book. So even when I was in kindergarten, they would put me in front of all the kids, give me a book, and I was reading aloud to them. So books were my escape from reality. And I read a lot. So in the last 17 years, I read about a book a day. So I've read many books on business, psychology, marketing, etc., etc. So therefore, after a while, you see that there is a gap in knowledge, and then that's how I decided to write. So when I see that there is something missing in books, I decided, and I'm going to write a book. So now I wrote 125 books, and my goal is to have 1,000 books by the time I'm done.
My God, it's very impressive. This means that you prepare for your big success all your life long.
Well, I didn't know it would happen, but I always followed what I love. So even though I didn't know how to make a success out of it, how to monetize it or anything, but I just did what I love to do.
Thank you. World is changing now, Andrei. Please tell us, what are the signs to observe, because we are lost about this change from one river to the other.
Well, the thing is, it's not only the change, but the speed of change.
Yes.
It's getting faster and faster and faster. And it's very unwise where you try to hold on to old thoughts, hold on to what's the security. There are 2 doors in life. One of my mentors told me that there are 2 doors in life: security and freedom. If you pick freedom, you may not get security, but at least it's going to be a fun life. If you pick the door named security, you will lose both. You will not be free and you will not be secure, because there is no more secure jobs, there is no more secure countries. You know, terrorist attack can happen anywhere, and you can get laid off from even the best of the best businesses. So my theory on this is, you can't, it's like waves in the ocean. You can't take a still picture and ask the wave, the ocean, to be still. It doesn't happen anymore. There are more waves and more waves. But you can learn how to surf. Going from one wave to another, to another, to another. This way you're going to be safer in a way that you will find, no matter what happens, you will find your way in this world.
No matter it happens, you will find your way in this
Yes.
world. Thank you, it's very important to do.
And another thing is very important to understand that if you can't battle it, if you see that there is something that you cannot battle, that's outside of your control, you have two choices to make. Two positive choices. You can moan about it, you can complain about it, it's not going to help. But you have two positive choices. One, you can say, this is outside of my control and I don't care. I can't control the government, the taxes, the education, but I can control what's around me. And that's what I'm going to do. So I'm not going to deal with the outer world. I'm going to control what I can control. That's one positive attitude. Second positive attitude is if you see a change that will happen, and if you can be a part of it, be the first one to change. So then you're leading the change, you're not battling with the change. It will bring tremendous success that you would never think possible. That you see the change is coming, instead of trying to hold the change, be the first one to change, and the one that brings the change into reality.
Be the first one to change and bring the change.
Right.
Thank you. That might be the key, because I wanted to ask you how people can prepare, you know, because sometimes they are so desperate and it's difficult for them to change at midnight, you know, quickly, right now, and things like that.
Right, right. Well, first of all, small steps matter, but small steps every day. So every day you take one more step forward, you do one step. So my goal is, for my life, is every day I have to do something significant. Whether it's significant for me, so I can write a chapter of the book, or I can do a webinar, I can talk to key people, I can sell something, I can do something that brings my life forward. And I need to do one step a day. If I do one step, I'm happy. So I do it in the morning, so then the entire day is free. It's like I can do whatever I want and still feel successful. And you can't really prepare for things that will come, because the change is coming all the time. It's the new world. You can't sit and prepare. So it's not like in 20th century or in 19th century where you could prepare. Now, in 1 year, average person receives more information than in like 300 years ago. The entire world will get less information than now one person within 1 year, because there's so much information. So you can't really sit and prepare, but you can move and prepare, so you can start doing something without being prepared. And you take one step, God will take one step with you. So it's like breathe in, breathe out. So you learn a little bit, you do a little bit. You plan a little bit, you do a little bit. And then by doing the steps, at the end you will succeed. And it doesn't even matter in which direction to go. That's another key point. So if you're not sure where to start, like I was not sure, my goal was start anywhere. Anything, any opportunity that comes your way, anybody says let's do something, do it for the experience. And then when you do it, figure out whether you like it, you continue doing it. If you don't like it, you say I've tried it, then let's do something else. But when you start moving, that's when things will start happening.
It means action is the key.
Yes.
Thank you.
One of my mentors for copywriting, Gary Halbert, he passed away unfortunately. He had a famous phrase called "motion beats meditation." So if you try to meditate, it's okay, but know that motion is better.
Motion is much better.
Yes.
Thank you. Young entrepreneurs, what can we do in front of obstacles, in your opinion?
Just go through them. Most obstacles are in your head. It's your fears. You will fear that nobody will buy. You would fear that you will get rejected. You would fear that nobody would understand what you're doing, and therefore you're not doing anything. So take the fear away and do it anyway. Decide you're gonna do for the next 30 days, you're gonna do one step a day and do it. No matter what people say, no matter what the world will tell you, create a plan and stick to the plan. And you'll see at the end of the month, wonderful things will start happening. People are attracted to movement. Because people are attracted to energy. They don't have energy inside, they're looking for external sources of energy. And when see somebody else moving really fast, everybody gets attracted to that. So it's the movement that attracts them.
It's very important for me because all the big masters that I heard until now, they were talking about energy, movement, emotion, attraction all together. So
Right, right. But the key for it is to start moving yourself.
yes.
And then you cannot attract to yourself who you're not part of. So you attract like-minded people.
Like-minded people.
Yes. And the more you move, the better people you will attract.
Okay, so the key is the first step and then go
And
on.
then step every day. Yes, one step every day.
Thank you. The next question, please tell me, which is the error that we should never do as an entrepreneur?
Never stop.
Never stop.
Never think it's enough. It's never enough. Never stop learning. Every day is a new challenge. You have to learn something new. Never stop giving back. Because the business and making money is not about how much you take. The money you take is the result of how much you give. And the paradox in life is the more you give, the more you get to keep. And what you're trying to keep, you will lose. I don't know why it's happening this way, but if you take a look at people around you, the more you cling to something, it tends to disappear. And the more you freely give it away, it all comes back to you. So
The law of the universe, maybe.
maybe, but it's because it's not logical, it's not mathematical.
No.
People don't believe in it. So I don't say just believe in it. I don't say believe me. I said try it for 30 days. Just take 30 days, practice it every day, and see what's going to happen. You may like it. If you like it, continue. If you don't, do something else.
Thank you. So, as a child, you used to learn a lot, to read a lot, discovering, experiencing, motion, everything. So please give us the secret of your success.
The secret is there's no secret. I work a lot. So that's the secret. Every day, my goal is to do something really big. And I work a lot, and I understand that I'm working for my key competence, key ability, something that I'm good at. And I understand my limitations.
Okay.
And when the task requires something outside of my limitations, I get one more person to help me, or two more people to help me. So I get other people to help me. Therefore, I'm that fast and that successful. I wouldn't be able to do it on my own. So it's only with the help of other people that you invest your time, energy in them. You get, it's like 1 + 1 will not be 2, it will be 11. So if you put more people in, the right people at the right time, and it's their key competence plus your key competence, you will get wonderful things.
So you're conscious that your success, it's of course, it's a question of
It's a result of a lot of people.
a lot of
As
people.
Isaac Newton said, we stand on shoulders of giants.
Yes.
That's why we are that
Yes.
high. That's
We
exactly
stand on
the
shoulders of giants. True, true, true. Thank you. I will put you the last question and maybe the most important one. Can you give us 5 keys for activating your call to a bigger scale? That's my movement. This is what I want to call the entrepreneur, to see you as a real example.
Well, key number one is the environment. So sometimes you can't change your environment. There are relatives you can't change. You can't pick your parents, you can't pick your relatives, but you can choose how much time you spend with them. So we are collective. Like if you take 10 people you spend your time with, or most of your time with, you will be average of those 10 people. So pick your 10 people wisely. Spend more time with people that are already achieving what you're just trying to achieve. That's number one. Number two, it's not always possible. You can't just come to billionaire people and ask them to spend time with you. But as a next close thing, go where they go, listen to them, to the lectures, to the speeches, to the trainings, read the book. The more time you spend, you have to spend at least 1 or 2 hours every day immersing into their knowledge. And then in 1 year, you will see a big shift. You will start thinking with their thoughts. And it will feel like it's your thoughts. It will feel like it's part of you now. So and this is where you see the gradual change that will happen every day, but the result will be within 1 year. So that's number 2. Number 3 is do something you love. Pick something. Don't think of how you're going to make money with it. That will come. If you do something what you love, you will find a way to make money with it. If you love riding horses and everybody is saying you need to go into accounting or law because this is where the money is, keep riding horses. You will open your school, horse riding school. You will be either professional horse rider or anything. But just do what you love. This way you will not work a day in your life because it's all going to be fun. But if you're going to choose to waste 8 hours a day doing something you hate, your life will disappear. 10 years from now, you'll sit and say, 20 years from now, you'll sit and say, where did the time go? Because it was yesterday that you were in university, and today, boom, it's all gone. So don't waste your time doing something you don't like. So that's number 3. Key number 4 is small steps every day. At least one step, even if it's smallest step, even if it's reading 1 chapter, even if it's talking to 1 person, but every single day take a step forward. And the regularity is more important than the step. So doing it every day is more important than what actually you do. So that's number 4. And number 5 is don't forget about fun. While you do serious stuff, while you build your businesses and sell stuff, always bring the fun inside and transfer it outside. So make sure it's fun. Make sure you are optimist and you light person to be with. Nobody wants to talk to a person that's down all the time. So be an optimist. People will want to talk to you, and just honestly try to help people, and you will find a way to make money with it and have a business with it. And just even if you don't know how to do it now, people will tell you how to do it. So you don't have to. Everything you don't know, there is somebody that already knows. And your key is to help them, and they, in return, will help you be who you want to be.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It was my pleasure.
Generous. Before ending, can I ask your permission if I put your site on,
of course.
On video, like people can contact you?
Right. It's infobusiness2.com. So that's my English-speaking site.
Right.
If you speak Russian, it's infobusiness2.ru, which is Russian site. There's much more information in Russian. But in English, it's also, I put videos of my talks in English and in French, so you can see it, watch it, and then learn something new.
Thank you very much, Andrei. Thank you very much. It was an honor for me.
Pleasure.
Thank you. Merci beaucoup. C'était Adriana et Andrei Parabellum. Parabellum, ça veut dire en latin guerrière pour la paix. Merci Andrei.
Merci.
Voilà.